Hello, church family. This devotional today is called Troublemaker. So, way back when, God gave Moses the 10 Commandments. And by the time Jesus showed up, the Pharisees, in their infinite wisdom, had cooked up 613 commandments or laws because, they knew better than God what was best for the people. So this, of course, was their idea. 365 of those commands were negative, and 247 of them were positive laws, commands, call them what you will. So 613 laws. And then Jesus was asked by the Pharisees in the temple, "Teacher, which is the greatest law or the greatest commandment?" And of course, they were going to trap him, trick him. That always works when you do that with God. And Jesus said, this is in Matthew 22, 37, 38. "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment." Followed by, and the second greatest commandment is, love your neighbor as yourself. So, many years ago, a bunch of us deacons and the pastor went on a deacon retreat, and the goal of that retreat was to come up with a new church motto, something that anyone from the age of 6 to 80 could remember. It had to be short, sweet, to the point, and it had to be very understandable. And when we came back from that mission trip, we came back from that deacon's retreat, we came back with our new church motto, and that is, love God, love others, reach the world. So the reach the world part was actually the third command God gave us, Jesus gave us, as he was ascending into heaven, when he gave us the Great Commission. So in Matthew 28, starting in verse 18, it says, "Then Jesus came to them and said, 'All authority in heaven and on earth has been given to me. Therefore, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you to the very end of the age.'" He did not say, teach them to obey all the laws the Pharisees made up. So he gave us 3 commands. And our church reduced them to love God, love others, reach the world. And we figured, anybody could remember that. That's beautiful. So, the Pharisees hated this guy. I mean, he just basically tore up those 613 laws and essentially took the 10 Commandments down into the first 2 laws I mentioned to you, because, as I mentioned in a previous devotional, if you love God, if you love Jesus, you can do whatever you want. And I mentioned at that time that in Romans 7, verses 4 through 6, Jesus backs up the statement I just made by saying that when you were born again, You are no longer bound by the old law because you died. Your old self died, and your new self is awake in the presence of Jesus. And therefore, if you really love God, if you really love Jesus, you're not bound by any laws, because all those acts of love to God, our Father, and our Son, and our Holy Spirit, there are no laws against that, which is amazing. And then, of course, we have the Great Commission. So this is why they wanted him dead. He sacked them. Good. He took all of that effort they put in there and said, no, this is a bunch of junk. Listen to what I'm telling you. Follow the commands I am giving you. Love God. Love others. Reach the world. How awesome is that? And there are 3 commands, just like our motto, that anybody from 6 to 80 can remember. Love God, love others. Reach the world. Love Jesus, and do what you want. Have a great day, church.